yourself a talk. This is fire and flow, baby.
Hello, welcome to Shortstaview, where we discuss all things in the 242 and a few things from around the world. Tonight, I want to make mention of how sad it is that we don't pick up our 242 artists as we should. I thought I knew all the 242 artists, but it seems like I missed one. One goes by the name of Dia, or It's Dia, you know. She's a Bahamian artist, been making music for quite a while now. And it's so sad that, we don't promote them like how we should. I'm even disappointed with myself at how I'm just finding this out. So I just want to big up It's Dia. And she has a show coming up Saturday, January 28th. I'll be there to support. She didn't ask me to do this, or none of her promotions or anybody asked me to do this. I'm just doing this because it's what I do. I promote Bahamian own. And everything that goes on in the Bahamas that's positive and uplift the Bahamian people, I like to, promote. So shout out to It's Dia, and I wish you much success on your concert or your little event that's happening at Cheetah's Lounge. So I put a few advertisements that she put out so you can know how to go about getting the tickets and be there at the Cheetah's Lounge on East Bay Street.
Come here, Daddy. Come here. Say I'm a good girl, right?
So what's going on? We're going to be at Cheetah's Lounge. P-Valley is happening this Saturday, so you don't want to miss it. I'm doing an exclusive cabaret performance that will not be recorded and posted on the internet, so you have to come to see it. You see what I'm saying? Cuba Libre is going to be out there, of course, offering all of their different sponsored prices. They're going to be out there with the Cuba Libre promo girls. So shout out Cuba Libre, shout out Hot 91.7, go to Bahamas, and of course, shout out Cheetah's Lounge. You know the vibes. It's Diaz, P-Valley. You don't want to miss it. Yeah.
And the thing about it also is that she had to go Jamaica, to do a music video with a Jamaican artist. Not had to, but to get popularity and stuff, you have to network, in a way to get known. She has a video out with a Jamaican artist by the name of Charlie Black. He's well known. You might know him, a couple songs, but I'll play the song that she did with him called Sunday to Sunday.
Bahamas, best.
The country boy again.
You might always call me for fun. From him see me waistline can't done. Wind up on him body from night till sun. Hit him with the killer slow ride motion. Skin all up on his body like
We party from Sunday to Sunday. Anyway the fun day. Just a new day in another era code. New balance sneakers, pay for the features. Steam unstoppable like carry every road. Style and fresh how we every girl prefer. Anyway we pull up girl and shout out ooh wee.
And it sounds really good. So and that's why I feel the type of way that I feel, because she sounds really good, and trust me, I don't big up too much people. If you sound bad, you sound bad, but she sounds pretty good to me, and I wish her well once again. Like I say, hopefully you see the few posts that I put up on the screen, and you go and support your Bahamian artists. Probably not the best place where everybody would want to go, Cheetah's Lounge, but I can remember being in there about once since they opened to check it out. I'm a man, I gotta check out this, the stuff. But I don't mind going there again to support, Bahamian artists, so I'll be there. It's Dia also have a new song called All Night. You guys should check it out. It's streaming on all platforms. Check it out and support her.
we could do this all night. The way you dance on me, we could do this all night. I just want to feel your body all night.
Support your Bahamian, And I just want to say a special RIP to the brother of its dear, and also to her family members. I want to say RIP because it's sad the way that they're still trying to get closure to his passing after he was shot by police in 2021. They still haven't got any answers as yet, and they're still fighting for him. So just wanted to post that out as well. Here is a little clip of the story.
We're not afraid. We're gonna push against the system.
That's Fredia Major. Her brother Azario Major was shot to death by 3 off-duty police officers December 26, 2021. And to date, she claims police have been uncooperative in providing them with some sort of closure. Police say Azario acted unruly while at Woody's Bar on Fire Trail Road and eventually brandished a weapon. That's when the officers responded by firing shots. Azario died on the scene. Now, almost 1 month after the incident, Fredia says it's looking more like a setup, an assassination, and a police cover-up. Here's why.
They couldn't tell us where the car was that he was shot in. It's no longer in police custody, which means that it cannot be used in the case.
She says his personal belongings have also mysteriously disappeared.
They also told us that he did not have a phone on him, which is impossible because he was online at 8:18 and he did a story, like the WhatsApp stories. He did a WhatsApp story and he was online, very comfortable, enjoying himself, which means he didn't even know he was about to be killed.
She says police also refused to show surveillance footage from the crime scene.
If you want us to quit looking and you want us to really accept what you're saying that he did, show the family the evidence.
You know what else isn't adding up for the family? Why officers shot Azario so many times as opposed to firing warning shots.
He had 4 shots to his head, and we stopped counting at 15 with his body. I don't understand how you let off 40 shells in a man sitting in his car, close range. That's an execution, and questions should be raised in the public.
Major says her brother was shot so badly the family couldn't hold a proper funeral.
His head can't even stay together from 4 shots, and it's like completely total. Like he had to be cremated.
The family is starting an online movement, #Justice for Azario, and we want to see the footage. They're hoping it will gain support by the wider public as the outrage expressed globally when George Floyd was murdered by police.
That is the type of energy that I want to see from the community in reference to this situation, because it should be that type of energy.
Police have given no additional information, only to say that this is now before the coroner for investigation.
So hopefully they can get a proper ending to what really went down. But man, this corruption thing, we all know, shout out to her and the family if they ever get closure, because they really need it. But the corruption in the Bahamas is, I shout out to our police force. They do a good job from time to time, but we all know that there's a bad apple in every state, every country, so we got to make a change at some point in time. Somebody has to stand up and be truthful and be honorable. So just want to say a special shout out to the passing of her brother. In case you missed the New Year's Day junk results, in 6th place came Music Makers, 5th place came the Genesis, 4th place came the Valley Boys, 3rd place came the Roots, 2nd place came Saxons, and one family, 2 straight, came first again. Shout out to one family, well deserved, well deserved. In case you didn't know, a well-known restaurant by the name of IHOP is coming to the Bahamas, and will be opening probably in February in the Marathon Mall, and they've sent out notice for people who want to be hired to come in and put in your resume and go in for your interview. So I think they're gonna make plenty of money. I heard they make real good food, so I'll be first in line to check it out once they open. They also stated what they'll be looking for.
We anticipated that we would get some numbers, So it's no shock or surprise to us, but the real recipe right now is all in the planning. So I think we have an awesome team supporting us from labor and along with our team from IHA. This is a people's business, and one of the things is that we're looking for is that persons have to come with a great personality, good attitude. They understand this customer service business. Most of the candidates are very well schooled, they are educated, they're trained professionals already. Now we're just looking at those other little characteristics. Are you a people's person? The second rounds of interview presently has already been planned for next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, for all of those successful applicants in the first phase.
So if you don't have what they're looking for, you know, cheaply don't show up at all. Recently, there was a doctor by the name of Gregory Tynes who just got convicted of drugs and gun charges. He's out on bail, of course, you know, once you get the money, you know, and he's due back in court on January 25th. So, depending the outcome of that, you know, whether he goes to jail or will be free from charges. I doubt he'll go to jail, but it depends on the degree in which, you know, these charges are based. We had so many deaths lately, and I'll try my best to name them all, but I know I'm gonna miss a few because there's so many. There was a guy who died while driving a scooter or motorcycle by the name of Kahifas. He's from Cargo Creek, Andrews. He slammed into a pole. You'll see a post here. There was a guy who was murdered on Faith Avenue by the name of Vado. R.I.P. to all of these victims and all of these people that died. This isn't a murder victim, but police arrested a 15-year-old boy that was carrying on an AK-47. How are these guns, high-powered rifles, you know, getting in the country? You know, you really think these 15-year-old got connections like that to bring in these things? Come on now. Anyway, here's a post. R.I.P. to Reverend C.B. Moss. He died of a heart attack. R.I.P. to him. You'll see a post up here of the information. There was also a double murder that happened in Montel Heights area, where male and female were both gunned down. The male was, I think, known to police, and was a known criminal. So they said. But the female was just a wrong place, wrong time victim, you know, so can't say for sure how the whole thing went down, but the suspected murderer went for the guy, but because the female was there too, she had to, I guess she had to go. But my heartfelt condolences to the family. There was a murder that happened on Sumner Street off Soldier Road. A guy that goes by his street name Wong, he was killed, and you'll see a post of it on the screen. There was also a guy killed on Flamingo Garden. You'll see a post of it here as well, and a video of what actually went down also. Here it is.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you know, we are in the initial stages of our investigations, and what we can tell you so far is shortly after 3 p.m. today, we received information with reference to gunshots being fired in the area of the Flamingo Gardens Park. As a result of that, upon the officers' arrival to the scene, they met the body of a male lying in the front of his residence. EMS were contacted, where they examined the body, and at that time, they saw no signs of life. So far, we know that the deceased is known to the police. And what we can say is, based on our preliminary investigation so far, the deceased was along with 2 females when he was approached by 2 gunmen who shot him about the body and fled the scene. That is what we know so far with reference to this investigation.
You mentioned that he's known to police. Can you tell us why, or was he being electronically monitored, or?
He was not being electronically monitored. However, he is known to the police with reference to a few matters, if I can say, with reference to murder, and that's what we know so far.
Thank you so much, members of the press. We will update you further, and a press release that will come out shortly as it relates to this particular incident. Thank you so much.
Also want to say RIP to Justice Roger Gomez as he passes as well. There was an issue going on with Sir Lyndon Pendant's wife. She felt disrespected in some way or form. I can't say for sure. I don't know what went wrong, but when she took stand on the podium, she voiced her opinion on what she had to say. Have a listen.
Because I'm feeling very something today. I don't like what I see. Because nothing happened until Pinley came on the scene. And I thank you for coming out today, but the leadership was so excited, they forgot I existed. But I just want to let you know I'm alive, doing well, have sound mind, and in good health, and waiting for all that is going to take place because I do not like it, and I'm sorry, Mr. Mitchell. I'm sorry, I cannot contain it any longer because you're using this as a stepping stone and I do not appreciate it.
We still love Finland, you know?
I should hope so.
We do love it.
Because we're standing on his shoulders and the other man. Sorry, Mr. Prime Minister, I promise you I was going to behave. But I think you all should know who I am by now. And you owe me an apology and I expect, Mr. Chairman, right now.
And this was the response that was given after that.
Thank you. Acknowledge the presence of Dame Marguerite Pindling and all of you who have come today. Dame Marguerite, a new generation of Bahamians are here today who were not here a year ago, who were not here when this momentous occasion took place. And if any apology is due, it's due because of the goodness of our heart. It's due because we wanted to pay tribute to your husband.
Yes, sir.
And it's due because we wanted to move with a quick pace to ensure that that memory is etched in the minds and the collective history of our country.
Yes, sir. Come on.
No disrespect to you.
That's right.
We all are here to support you today. You remember when it was just you and I standing up here alone in this graveyard. It makes a difference to be in government. And our Prime Minister led us to a victory. So we are here in government today, 1 year later, much better off than we were a year ago.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I thank you for allowing this ceremony to go forward. And know that in our hearts, we love you.
Another murder victim that occurred was Quandrick Lowe. Hope I said the name correctly. He was shot by the police, and the family wants answers. The female of the Montelite incident that was killed also had a family member that died in a car accident. See here, they're related in some way or form. You may know Bobo Tino. He's the one who put all type of WhatsApp, TikToks and all that things. He had an incident at a party where it was allegedly that he got ragged or something like that. And you can see here. Later on, he explained it, that he didn't get raggy, but he explained it, and I guess he's not going to be at those events no more unless, it's high tech, as he explains himself here.
You do scratch things, I ain't even being fighting. Because only you all on my shape, bro. Tear my shape. I ain't no one fight, ain't no one throw no blow, nothing.
There's also, there's a woman by the name of, who did a TikTok by the name of Treasure Baby, I don't know who she is, but she says, Bahamian man, you can't, they don't know how to make love. She like to get choked and thing, be too nice and all that. I don't know what to say about that, but have a listen.
For real. Bahamian niggas cannot fuck. Like, Jamaican men, they fuck the best, you know. They choke you, they slap you in your face, they spit in your mouth, they piss on you. You know, they do everything rough, you know. Bahamian niggas, they're so soft. They can't fuck good, you know. They just can't fuck, you know. They don't know how to turn me up. Like, do something to me, you know. Get that out of me. Get the. I love Bahamian people, but
Yeah, I don't think she ran into the right one yet, but to each his own. Thank you for tuning in to Shortstaview. I'll post the Boxing Day Jump Canoe and the New Year's Day Jump Canoe on this page. It's gonna be long, so make sure you're not doing anything when it's posted, so you can watch it, you know. But it's gonna be posted sometime soon, hopefully. I apologize for taking on the posted, but thank you for tuning in to Shortstaview, where we discuss all things in the 242 and a few things from around the world.
Look here, you got to watch Shortstaview all the time, anytime, overtime, under time, between the time. Shortstaview. That's how Johnny Cake said. Ha!